All right. Hi, everybody. I decided I don't think I've done this. I'm gonna review every card from the Chameleon set since I have every card. Some of them are in decks, but I'm gonna pull them out so we can see them. I could go online and just look at them that way, but we're gonna do it this way. So we're gonna start with the first one, number one. These are all in numerical order. Most of them are in my binder here. Um, it really is a very good set, but there are some oddly designed cards. And so I'm going to just give my opinion, whether or not these are really good, bad, whatever. And I would love to hear wherever you disagree, positively or negatively, let me know your thoughts on these cards. So the first one is Fusang Lung. This guy's worth a ton of money if you have one, if it's in perfect shape. As you can see, mine is a little bit of a mark there, so he's not mint, but still he's worth a lot of money. But there's no reason to sell him right now. So 4 strength dragon for 6 gold is no good, but his ability is excellent, and I think the cost is right. In the discard phase of each player's turn, all face-up dragons with a current strength below 0 are killed and not replaced. Now, I much prefer all caps. I don't know why they stopped doing all caps. I think that was a bad decision on their part. Had they kept with all caps, if I were to bring this game back, if I had the power to bring this game back, we're going with all caps. Absolutely. And I would, redesign the whole game. It would be a wonderful thing to do. But this is a very strong card potentially, but it's not overly powered at all. I've played it and it did not dominate. My friend has one in his deck. I think he did kill a dragon or two with it, but it's hard to get dragons down into the negatives. The odds are they're not going to hit terrains. You've got to have negative modifiers. He did do it. It was an interesting deck that he put together. So overall, I think this is a good dragon, totally worth playing, but not anything backbreaking like blue. Blue can take over a game. Blue, in my opinion, is the most powerful dragon in this game because you draw an extra card every turn. So then we're going to move on to Iowa here. Iowa is, in my opinion, but everything's my opinion. I shouldn't have to keep saying that. Iowa is, I was going to say it again. I think it's one of the best dragons in the game. The fact that it, not just because it gives the opposing dragon -2 strength, but if you bring in help, both dragons are going to suffer -2 strength. It's all dragons get while in battle with Iowa. Every dragon you bring in, if you can have 6 dragons in the battle through help mechanics, they're all going to suffer -2. So Iowa's great. 3 strength sub for 4, great. This game desperately needed a few more subterranean dragons, and Chameleon definitely came through with that. Let me see. Maybe I'm just going to go like this so we can zoom in. So now we have Musalinda, number 3, another 4 strength dragon for 6, immune to dragon slayers. So this is one of those, just like red, yellow, blue, and all those guys. While he is face up, all of your Nagas get +1 strength. Action, turn any Naga face down. That's all fine and dandy. That's really good. I think this is a perfectly fine dragon, not overly powered. I wouldn't be opposed to making it slightly more powerful, but it's very good, so I like it. I really like this guy. Chao Feng, I think it's pronounced. So you get a 3 strength flyer for 4, which is okay, but you get a gold piece every time they play a card during your action phases. Any card. That's good. So they're going to try to kill this, and it shouldn't be that hard to kill it. So it might not get you much gold, but I think overall it's an excellent design for the game. A much needed kind of card. Other ways to get gold. Dragonfly is Amphitheater, who can get you 2 gold or lose you 2 gold. He's the same as Amphitheater. Flying Scout for 0. I usually will always guess terrain, because that way, dragon. Because that way, if I hit a dragon, I want to hit a terrain. So if I hit a dragon, well, at least I get 2 gold. If I hit a terrain, yeah, I lose 2 gold, but I destroyed your terrain. So it's a win either way for me. Whereas if I guess terrain and hit a dragon, I'm losing 2 gold and I'm losing to a dragon. So that's how I tend to do it. But overall, excellent scout. Very good scout. This guy's nuts. Mixquaddle's nuts. The first time I faced this guy in battle, he was a 19 strength. I'll never forget that. I said 19. And Power Switch wouldn't do a darn thing to him because his strength will remain 19. It doesn't matter what his base strength is. On defense, he's a 0. So sure. And when you're low on gold, he's no good. So it's kind of balanced, but it's kind of overpowered. And of course, with Gold Dig, which is going to be will be in this set, I'll show it to you. You can swap this thing out and get 6 gold. And if you have 2 gold digs, that's 12 gold. About 2 times with me playing this game, I've had Mixquaddle in the opening battlefield with 3 gold digs in my hand. That's 18 gold. That's absurd. 12 gold is nuts. So it is a kind of a crazy card. I like it, though, and I love the way it looks. Fire Drake. Now, here's a great card. I faced this in a tournament once. I've only been in constructed tournaments like, I don't know, 4 games total. So I didn't play much constructed. And I didn't really know what I was doing back then. I was starting to learn a little bit. But this guy was a pain. I think he got him up to like a 9 or something. I was like, oh my God. So sure, 4 strike dragon for 6 sucks. And you're not going to attack with him. You're usually not going to attack with him because you're just a 4 strike dragon for 6. But when defending, if you've got treasures in play and if your opponent has treasures in play, this guy's nasty. Now, this card, while it's worth a lot of money, I don't know what it's going for now. Last time I saw one on eBay, somebody was asking 65 bucks for it. I don't think this is a good dragon. You're going to pay 2 gold, which is what you pay for Mogre, and Mogre could take out 2 terrains, which is like, oh my God, that's so powerful. Unlikely, but still. But with this guy, if you hit a terrain, now he's a 1-strength dragon. You've paid 2 gold for him. If he hits a second terrain, it's now a 2-strength dragon, and this guy doesn't have flying. If you hit your opponent's terrain with this, now he's a 1-strength dragon, your opponent isn't going to move terrains into the back row so he can't get them. How are you ever going to get this thing up to a 2-strength? The odds are, in my opinion, very low. This thing should only cost 1 gold at most. If it was free, well, that would be a really good scout. But I say 1 gold. I think that would be the right cost. I really like T-Lung, another subterranean dragon, which this game desperately needed. And I think they still need about 4 more. If it were up to me, I would add another 4. But this is really good. So you got a 3 stub for 4, which is okay. But you gain a gold piece every time an opponent exchanges one of their battle positions in lieu of attacking. So he can generate a lot of gold for you. He could. Its potential is there. Odds are he's going to at least get that 1 gold back and hopefully 2. And then you're ahead of the game. So really good design dragon. There's only one problem. Why does he have wings? What the heck? That's the only problem. And this guy flying? He looks like he's flying. I'm just confused by the art. I don't understand what they're doing. Are they doing that just to be funny? I don't know. Dragon of Nunnington. Is this card good? Let's see. You're a 4-strength flyer, and you have to pay an extra gold piece, because there's an ability. Well, what's the ability? Pay 2 gold pieces. Okay, what the heck? What? I'm paying an extra gold piece because of his ability, and his ability involves paying 2 gold pieces. Why is there a gold piece here? This should be a 4-flying dragon for 4. Reaction, pay 2 gold pieces to counter any Dragon Slayer action aimed at Dragon of Nunnington or any target 1 card away, including diagonally. That's a nice ability, but I'm already paying 5 for 4, and then I got to pay 2 gold to... If it was just a 4-strength dragon for 4, this would be really good. As it is, it's still good. It's not bad. It's just that cost doesn't make any sense. Oh, wait, Hegi Dragon. I was going to move up to the top. So Hegi Dragon is the Hegi is the guy who won the first tournament, I believe. Pretty sure, and this was his dragon. So it's a 2-strength flying dragon for 4, which is a bad rate. But his ability is action or battle action once on each player's turn. He may use any treasure in play as if it were in this row. So my turn, your turn, my turn, your turn. That's a really good ability, but again, I think this should only cost 1 gold. It should be a 2 strength flyer for 3. I don't think it should have been 4 because he's only a 2. That's not, he's a little dragon. So I don't get the extra gold there. That's just me though. I know some people will disagree and that's fine. Give me your reasoning because I think that was wrong. Same with Dragon of Wells. A little 1 strength dragon and there's an extra gold piece. Action. Pay 1 gold piece to give a +1 strength counter to any other face-up dragon. This action may be used once on each of your turns. He's a 1 strength dragon. So he's got to survive a battle to be face-up unless you're playing Cracked Cauldron. You have to pay an extra gold that does nothing. He's a 1 strength dragon. And then his ability involves paying a gold. I don't understand what they're thinking. And you'll see more as we keep going here. So now we've got dragons. But again, I like the ability, but I'm not going to play him because he's a 1 strength dragon for 2. It's not going to work. I've tried him. He's not very good. Dragon of Deerhurst. I love that this card has this purple tinge to it. I don't know if that makes it super rare or what, but I love it. 3 strength dragon for 4. Action or battle action. Pay 1 gold piece. Again, why are you paying a gold piece for the 3 strength dragon when his ability requires a gold piece? To remove all negative strength modifiers from... Are you saying, well, this ability is really good, so you got to pay an extra gold up front? I mean, that must be their logic, but I disagree with it. This guy should just be a 3 strength dragon for 3. And then I think he's really good. As it is, it's fine, but it may never come up. And you're paying 4 gold for a 3 strength dragon whose ability may never apply. It's just silly to add that extra gold cost, in my opinion, of course. Why do I keep saying in my opinion? I'm just... Megalith. Now we get into some very cool dragons. All the native terrain dragons, I think, are all coming up now. So 3 strength for 5, but that's fine because native terrain ruins, so he can get up to a 7. If you can get all 4 ruins into your discard pile, he's a 7. So that's fine. And his ability is... which doesn't cost any extra gold for this. When Megalith is killed in a battle, 1 opposing dragon must be turned face down. It must be paid for again when it is turned face up. So you don't pay for that. You're paying a 5 gold for a 3 strength native terrain dragon, native terrain ruins. Great card. Very good card. Really like the design. Oceanus. So here's a 3 strength for 1 native terrain ocean. So he can get up to a 5. Great. Perfectly fine. Battle action. Discard a seaweed card from your hand. Oceanus survives this battle. I'll never understand why seaweed was not changed when they updated cards to free. And it should have attached. It should attach like other cards are going to attach here where they're discarded if the dragon is turned face down. But regardless of that, now you're going to play seaweed because it'll help survive the battle. Now they created a way to play this really bad card. Well, you could have redesigned the card by lowering the gold cost and saying it attaches to the dragon. But that's just me. Okay, now we've got a very good card in Sea Goat. But by the way, Oceanus is fine. It's perfectly fine. It's not one of the better. It's one of the weaker native terrain dragons, but he's fine. Sea Goat is a 4 for 5, and now the cost is justified. Now you do pay the extra cost because you gain 2 gold pieces every time they play a reaction card. Holy moly, you really want a magnetic field? You really want to cast magnetic field? Go right ahead. This is great. Great card. He's not overpowered. But what a wonderful way to get gold back. You got to invest 5 gold in him and you got to keep him alive. But still, that's cool. I like that. Drakenfels. 4 strength flying dragon for 6 to native terrain mountain, so he can get up to an 8. That's all wonderful. Pay 1 gold piece. Opposing dragon gets a -1 strength counter. This may be done once per battle. Notice there's no extra cost for this battle action. There's no 3rd gold here. And then this, you pay a gold piece. See, they do it over here. They do it here, but they didn't do it here. No, this is right. Pay 1 gold piece. Opposing dragon gets a -1 strength counter. This may be done once per battle. Excellent. Excellent. And this guy can get bigger and bigger and bigger. So cool. One of the coolest looking dragons. Helix. Look at this thing. Look at how cool that looks. 1 strength dragon for 3, just like Oceanus, native terrain vines. Pay 1 gold. No battle action cards may be played this turn. Well, that could come up if you get them up to, like, by the time you get them up to a 3, it could come up as with a 1 or a 2, because you can attack a scout and just pay a gold, and they can't play battle actions. So yeah, this is a really good ability, and you're already paying your gold. See, there's no reason to pay another gold. They have a 3rd gold here. No reason for it. This makes perfect sense. Helix is cool. I like that he's weak and can become strong. Riplet, so Riplet's a 3, so from 3 to 7, which is really good, native terrain stream. When he loses a battle, opponent must pay you 2 gold. If opponent cannot pay, they must discard a card from their hand at random. If you use golden apples and fountains of youth, you can just keep doing this. When he loses a battle, got to pay you 2 gold. Otherwise, I got to discard a card at random, and he only costs 2 gold extra. And he gets native terrain and that. Really good design. Love it. I do not like this design at all. Lacustrian. 2 strength dragon for 4. Native terrain, lake times 2. Why did they go times 2? There's lake and frozen lake. I think there's only 2 lakes. That's 8 freaking terrains. That's potential 16. So he can get up to an 18. That's insane. Did they do that so that people could generate a dragon that huge? Was that the reason? Did they want that? Wouldn't native terrain lake +2 make more sense? Because see, he doesn't have any ability like all the other ones have an ability. Yeah, but lake times 2 is insane. This is one of the best native terrain dragons in the game. I've used him. He's deadly. Of course, you can kill it with Poison Chalice. Best way to kill it. You can kill it with certain dragon slayers, of course, Galahad and Jason. But still, I would have gone lake +2. That's still 2. That's 8 + 2 is 10. So he could still get up to a 12. I don't see how it's not that much weaker, really. But lake times 2. I guess the only reason they did this was so that you can create really big dragons like Mixquaddle. Could be a 19 on turn 1. So Teuton is weak, a 1 strength dragon for 3, and a native terrain is forest. There's forest, poison forest, and I don't remember if there's a 3rd one. Regardless, let's just say there's 2. That he can get up to a 9. That's a lot. But he has no ability. So he's very weak in the beginning, but you can get him to be very good. I have a deck with Teuton, my friend also, and I've gotten him up to a 6 or 7, I believe. So good dragon. Nothing wrong with him. This is another really cool dragon, Kalahari. 4 for 6 and desert, so he can get up to an 8. This is another card people weren't using, so here, let's make you use heat waves. They have no effect on Kalahari. Each heat wave in your discard pile counts as a desert, so now you've got potential to get him up to a 12, and you can play heat wave. He won't be affected by it. Your opponent's face-up dragon will. Really good design. Making heat wave a better card. Making Seaweed a better card without having to change it at all. So I would have changed Seaweed. I think Heat Wave is fine the way it is, and this just makes it better. I have a Kalahari deck. It's nice. Riparian, I like this card. 3 strength flying for 5 with River, so he can get up to a 7. Action, pay 1 gold piece to look at opponent's hand. Opponent must discard all dwarven armies. Not overly powered. Maybe this is a sideboard card, but not really, because you'd also have to be playing Rivers, getting rid of dwarven armies. But I like Riparian. I just like him. I think the fact that he can get up to a 7. He's not overly powerful, I don't think. He's good, though. But this card is absurd. Miasma, Swamp times 2. Oh, but he's also 0, so it only costs 2. There's Swamp. There's Swamp Hole, and there's Swamp of Lernia. He can get up to a 24. That's ridiculous. Why didn't they just do Swamp +2? Then he could get up to a 14, which is still ridiculous. Swamp +2 would have made so much more sense for Lacustrian and Miasma. So I don't like these cards, but he's in my deck, and he is absolutely ridiculous. All right, let's move on to Dragon Slayers. We've got Bellerophon here for 2 gold. Now Galahad is 2 gold. Lancelot is 2 gold. Those are good Dragon Slayers. Galahad's better in my opinion. Bellerophon kills any dragon with a native terrain ability. That's really good. Or, because of course people aren't going to be necessarily playing native terrain, so they said we need to give him something else just in case so that you can still play him. Or he allows you to remove from the game up to 3 cards from your opponent's discard piles. So you could get rid of lakes, swamps. So that's cool. I can see that helping. I think this would be a sideboard card in a constructed tournament. But I like it. I love the way it looks too. Argonauts. Is Argonauts too expensive? I think some say yes, some say no. I think it should only cost 3. Kills every face-up dragon whose current strength is less than 0. So this guy works with Fusang. Did I say that right? I don't remember. I could see playing this in the deck with Fusang, but now Fusang costs 6. This costs 4. Yeah, this is going to get out of hand. How many of these do you run? I think it should cost 3. But it's a neat idea for a Dragon Slayer. I don't care for Rustum. Rustum's free, though, so yeah, he must be weak. Opponent must discard an intercept action from their hand. If they have no intercept action, you must still skip your battle phase. Not really a Dragon Slayer. Why not make this a reaction, and it responds to when your opponent plays the Interceptor, and then you go slay it with Rustum. It's the only Dragon Slayer that can slay as a reaction in a battle as the Interceptor slayed. It comes in and slays the Interceptor. Wouldn't that be cool? I think that would be really cool. As it is, it's fine. You have to discard a card. If you don't, you still have to skip your battle phase. So in other words, now you got to play knowledge just so you can make this have a better chance of working. Yeah, I don't think the design is right. Not that my design is really good, but what do you think of my design as a reaction? A Dragon Slayer played as a reaction. So that would have to say Dragon Slayer reaction. All right, Reclaimed Treasure. Love this card. With Volcanic Eruption being just 1 in your deck, now you can play 4 Reclaimed Treasures to get treasures back, but you got to pay 2 gold. You got to be careful. I don't know if I'd play 4. It's expensive, but you get back any treasure card, so that can be nasty. Sanctuary, I think, is too expensive. Target face-up dragon can't be attacked by a dragon unless your opponent pays 3 gold pieces to the gold mine. Now, Perindy's Tree costs 2 gold. I think that's a way overpriced card. I think it should be free. And in this case, they can get around it by paying 3 gold. You can't do that with Perindy's Tree. But this stays, apparently. In each of your draw phases, pay 2 gold pieces to the gold mine or discard it from target dragon. See, if Perindy's Tree was free and then they added this ability, sure. So I'm going to pay 2 gold so you can't attack me unless you pay 3 gold. And then on each of my draw phases, I'm going to continue to pay 2 so that you can't attack me unless you pay 3 gold. No. 1 gold, 0, actually. With the ability as it is, I wouldn't have any gold pieces on that card, just like I wouldn't have any gold pieces on Perindy's Tree. Am I wrong or what? What do you think? All right, this card. One of the dumbest designed cards I've ever seen, and it's so easy to fix it. Here's my opinion. Roll a 6-sided die. On a result of 1 through 5, you gain gold equal to double the number rolled. That's fantastic. You could get anywhere from 2 to 10 gold. Amazing. On a result of 6, you lose all of your positions and the game. What? How about this as an alternative to, I'm going to play this card even though there's a 1 in 6 chance that I'll just lose the game? How about this? If you roll a 6, you lose 6 gold. There's all or nothing. It's not really all or nothing, but that's a big risk. Maybe you have to change the name of the card. I like that risk. I'll take that risk. That's a much better designed card, in my opinion. What do you think? God, I gotta stop saying in my opinion. All right, Torrential Rains, 2 gold. For 2 gold, you can rearrange all the cards in an opponent's battlefield. No cards may be turned face up or face down, and attached cards may not change targets. You may not look at face down cards. So for 1 gold, I can cast Shifting Sands, and I can rearrange my cards. For free, I can cast Twister, and we can all rearrange our cards. For 2 gold, I'm going to pay 2 gold, so now I can rearrange your cards. How about for 2 gold, I can rearrange your cards and my cards, and I draw a card. You want me to pay 2 gold? Hell, 1 gold for this ability. 2 gold, I get to rearrange my cards too, and I draw a card. That's what I would do with this card. Otherwise, it's fine. Lost City, this card was banned. If you open this in a limited tournament where you get starter deck and booster packs, and if you open your Chameleon pack and there's a Lost City, you bring it up to the front and they give you a new pack. Oh my God. I was like, give me a Lost City, give me a Lost City. Opponent may not look at any face down cards in their battlefield during the remainder of this turn and the next. They called this a stupid card. They referred to it as that. You are not allowed to play it. It's banned. I have no problem with this card. It's like, oh, but it's so hard to play. Yeah, it totally makes you so you can't look at your cards and you don't know what to do for 2 turns. I don't have a problem with it. I don't think it's overpowered. I think it's just frustrating your opponent, and I think players didn't like what it did, and they didn't. No, I don't want to. I can't look at my cards. That's what I think happened. I think players whined. Maybe I'm wrong. All right, Golem. This card I like. As expensive as it is, replace any dragon or face-down terrain in your battlefield with the Golem, which instantly becomes a duplicate of any face-up dragon in play for the rest of the game. If original dragon leaves play, Golem is discarded and not replaced. So unless you or your opponent have a expensive dragon out, you don't want to play this card. Imagine if your opponent had blue in play. Oh my God. Now, if I have blue in play and I play Golem, do I now have 2 blue in play? I think I do. I think I'm allowed to have 2 of each. And that's where that card Dragon Man might come in and get rid of something. I don't know. But for 4 gold, I'll copy a 7 gold card, dragon, cost dragon, or 6, 7, 8. Sure. Good card. Let's get Dragon Slayers back. Gravedigger. Return any Dragon Slayer. Really good card. Love this card. Very nice. It's in my Dragon Slayer deck, I can tell you that. And that's in my treasure deck. There's at least 2 copies, maybe 3. Stolen Equipment. I like this card. Each player selects and discards 1 card from their hand for each face-up dragon in their battlefield. So Stranglehold makes you discard 2 cards for 1 gold. This could make you discard 3 or more. But there's a good chance it'll make you discard 2. Decent chance, but it might only make you discard 0 or 1. So it could be worse. It could be better. That's a good design. I like that design. I don't like overpowered cards unless the potential is there to be really, really powerful. If your opponent had 4 face-up dragons, oh my God. And you make them discard 4 cards, holy cow. So I like that card. Good design. This is one of my favorite cards in this set. It's so clean and straightforward and simple. Freya, action. Immediately exchange any dragon or face-down terrain in your battlefield with the top card of your Dragon Lair draw pile. I love that. The simplicity of this card, how beautiful it is. My goodness, this is just a glorious looking card. Freya is just like, okay, yeah, holy moly. And what a nice ability, especially with native terrain dragons. It's just a nice, clean ability. All right, so now I've got some empty slots here. Let me grab the cards. Okay, so we've got Treasure Find, number 37, and we've got Gold Dig, number 38. 2 really good cards. Treasure Find is in my treasure deck. 1 or 2 copies, that's it. Search your treasure hoard pile for any treasure and put it directly into play. Yeah, Master Ring, Dwarven Gold Mine, anybody? Frey, Aaron's Rod, you need that combo to get going. This is how Treasure Find is a very expensive card, but totally worth it. You got to pay for the treasure too, so it can be quite expensive. You got to be careful. And of course, Gold Dig with Mixed Quaddle is insane. You get 6 gold. With Field of Gold, you get 4 gold, which is really good. But if you got a 2 gold or a 3 gold, like Ogancho is a 3 gold cost, 3 gold symbols. Any 2 gold symbols is still worth playing. Play Gold Dig and get 2 gold. It's just a great card. It's in almost all of my decks. I assume they made Gold Dig because people were running out of gold way too often, and they needed to give you the ability to get more gold. And Gold Dig really solved the problem with Mixed Quaddle and Field of Gold. Fields of Gold are coming. All right, Brain Drain. Is this any good? 2 gold action. Target dragon loses all special abilities while Brain Drain is on it. Discard Brain Drain if target dragon is turned face down. I like the card. I like that it attaches because I want Wyvern to have more of that. And you turn it down. If you turn the dragon down, it goes away. You can also remove it with a card like Village. I'm not paying 2 gold for this ability. This should be 1 gold. 2 gold is just too expensive. You can't afford all these expensive cards in your deck. 1 gold, I think this is fine. Free would be a good card. Still don't think it's overpowered. So, this card I like a lot, Windfall. Each player gains 1 gold piece from the gold mine for each face-up dragon in his or her battlefield when Windfall is played. So you could be helping your opponent. This is really well designed. As long as you're getting more gold or at least equal to gold, or if you're just desperate for gold, this is a great card. I play this in my face-up deck and my Cauldron deck where I'm turning things up and then turning them back down. I turn them up, I play Windfall, I get gold. And then maybe I turn them back down too. All right, so here's Shifting Sands, which I already told you about. For 1 gold for Twister is free. 1 gold, you can rearrange all the cards in your battlefield. No cards can be turned face up, blah, 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 no target changes. So this is fine, but you're only going to play this in your Cauldron deck, where you're turning the dragons back down, and then you play Shifting Sands so they don't know what card is what anymore. Otherwise, you're never going to play this card, but it's fine. That's about the only deck I think you'd ever play it in. All right, Treasure Fire, another 3 gold cost card. Very expensive, but all of your opponent's treasures that are in play when you play this are immediately discarded. So Treasure Thief destroys all treasures in play for 1 more gold. Only your opponent's treasures are destroyed. It's worth it. Great looking card, really good design, totally justified the 3 gold cost. So now let's talk about a card that makes absolutely no sense to me. Thunderbolt. Pay for each gold you pay. In addition to the cost of Thunderbolt, put a -1 strength counter on any 1 face-up dragon. Okay, so if I pay 2 gold for this card, what happens? Try nothing. This card costs 2 gold and it doesn't do a thing. You need 3 gold for a -1, 4 gold for a -2. Anybody here going to pay 3 gold to put a -1 counter on a dragon? I'm not. This card should be free, and that's it. I don't understand why they put 2 gold on here. This is nuts. Black Rainbow. For 2 gold, you can turn all your own face-up dragons face down. Avalanche will turn everyone's dragons face down. For 2 gold, you can only turn yours down. I'm not paying 2 gold to do that. 1 gold, I guess you'd have to charge because it's better than Avalanche. But 2 gold? An amazing looking card, but why are you charging these overcosted cards? It just doesn't make any sense. Now, this card is amazing. I play this in my Cauldron deck and my face-up deck where I'm turning things up and down as many times as I can. Turn as many of your dragons as you wish face up, paying for them if required, and then you never have to pay for them again. Gain 1 gold piece from the gold mine. So those dragons all cost 1 less gold the first time you turn them up, and if you ever turn them up again, they're free and you're just getting gold. I've generated lots of gold with Rainbow. It's a great card. I really like it. Scorpion Men. The player who wins this battle must discard the top 2 cards from his or her Dragon Lair draw pile. You're going to lose a battle. You pay a gold. The cost is a gold and a card, and they have to discard 2 cards from their Dragon Lair pile, which could feed their native terrain dragon. Why would you pay a gold piece? Why am I paying a gold piece to do this? Doesn't make any sense. Not a good card. This This card is very good. It's in my treasure deck automatically. It goes in my treasure deck. The winner of this battle, you get a +1 modifier for 1 gold, which is, weak, but you get an additional treasure position. But the winner of this battle gets it, meaning your opponent could get it. I love these new Dwarven armies. Use it to mark the new position. It counts as a Dwarven army. I love that they added 3 new Dwarven armies to this game. Tell me something. Why didn't they add 3 new fire-breathing cards? Why didn't they add 3 new archers? They added 1. Why didn't they add 3 more giant ants to the game? I could come up with warrior ants, fire ants right off the top of my head. They couldn't come up with 3 giant ants? And, make maybe 4 more subterranean dragons. Not a lot. You don't want a lot of subterranean dragons. You want them rarer than flyers. But I love that the winner of the battle gets this bonus. So it's a risk, but it's not a huge risk. This is a really nice card. Horn of the Unicorn. Very nice design. Battle action. You may discard any dragon in your battlefield instead of the dragon that loses this battle. Full stop right there. I'm playing that card. You may not discard a dragon that was involved in the battle. Discarded dragon need not have been paid for. So that's just, extra explanation of the rules. Yeah, you're saving your dragon. I'm not going to put this in every deck, but maybe I sideboard it. I'm not really sure. But I like the card. Horn of the Unicorn saves my dragon. You go away instead. I like it. Mental Domination. I think this card is too expensive. I'm going on memory. For 2 gold, you can force any face-up dragon of 2 or less base strength to help on either side of the battle. Target dragon can't already be in the battle. And Hypnos costs 3, and you can, I think it's any dragon. I am not paying 2 gold to get a 0, 1, or 2 strength dragon to help me. I'm just not, I can get my opponents, though. Yeah, but still, it's 2 gold. No. Help costs 1 gold, and it's only my dragon, I think. I think help is only my dragon, but still, 2 gold? Mental Domination. Come on. It's got to be better than that. That's not strong enough to justify 2 gold. This card is amazing. Spectral Shift. Exchange one of your dragons. Let me get the focus. One of your dragons in this battle with the top card of your dragon. Man, I wish these were in capitals. All caps. Top card of your dragon lair draw pile. If you draw terrain, discard it and draw again. If it is a dragon, you must pay for it normally. Now, it didn't say in here, they should have clarified, but if you discard it and draw again and it's another terrain, you discard and draw again. And as long as it's a terrain, you just keep discarding and drawing again. This went right in my terrain deck. Boom. I think it may have gone in my Dragon Slayer deck because I have a lot of terrains in that deck, but I don't think I did. Spectral Shift is awesome. Just a really, really cool designed card. Really well-designed card. So if you're really needing to save your dragons, you're playing a help deck. You've got Knight. You can play 4 Knights to cancel the battle. And now you can play 4 Flags of Truce. Pay 2 gold pieces to your opponent. All your dragons survive this battle. You got to pay 2 to your opponent, but I think that is a well-designed card. There's a cost that you don't want to pay. You don't want to give your opponent 2 gold. But if it saves all your dragons and 2 or more are going to die, you're playing it. This card I don't like. Deep Freeze. It sounds good initially. For 3 gold for a battle action. At the end of the battle, the winning dragon's base strength becomes 0. So you're going to beat me? Okay. I'm lowering that dragon's base strength to 0. Yeah, now he stinks. And it remains 0. Right. Okay. So it's permanent. Well, then I guess we're not going to attach it. Oh no, we are attaching it. As long as Deep Freeze is on it, it's just going to stay 0. Dragon's owner may discard 3 cards from their hand as an action to remove Deep Freeze. Well, let's see. There's Meteor Shower. Yeah, this isn't a good card. Discard 3 cards, then I'll play Meteor Shower, and I'll get five new cards. That gets around this so easily that it's not worth 3 gold cost. 2 gold cost. How about 2 gold cost? Now maybe I'll play it. The discard 3 is significant unless you got four or more cards in your hand, and one of them is a Meteor Shower, and then that means nothing. So, crazy. Here's the other archer. So good. This card is so good. 1 strength plus 2, just like Magical Sword, but you can only play it as I move my cat's whisker. You can only play it when they're defending. You can't play it on a flyer or subterranean. I think that's the same as archers. If target dragon survives this battle, put a +1 or -1 strength counter on any face-up dragon, including yours if it won. Went right in my archers deck. I got 4 archers and 4 royal archers in this deck right here. Oh yeah, all cards that benefit when defending, like Kakutan. He defends. He's good on defense. All cards that are good on defense are in my archers deck. It's great. You're playing castle, archers, and royal archers. So 12 strength modifiers that are really, really good. Love royal archers. Love this card, Possession from Beyond. Possession is a well-designed card. Sometimes it's no good, it just sits in your hand. Possession from Beyond is kind of a little better, but only 1 gold still, which is right. It's the right cost. Add the base strength of any dragon that is in the top card of any dragon lair pile, so yours or your opponent's. The possessed strength becomes 0, so that you can't do it a second time. You can't possess the dragon twice, so that nobody else can possess it. Excellent card. You or your opponent has a big dragon in the discard pile. 1 gold, you add its strength. That's great. Great card. Nibelungs is amazing. It's so good, but it's risky. So 1 gold only +1, that's not good. Like Albrecht, it's just +1, but the player that wins this battle may draw 2 additional cards in their next draw phase, and it's a Dwarven army. You don't want your opponent getting that, but boy, if you get it, oh my goodness, it's great. If you're winning the battle and your opponent passes, meaning he's conceding, you can still play this. Now you got him, unless he's got magnetic field or something, but still, great design. Love that design. Tower of Babel. Obviously, help cards were the help deck can be very powerful, and Tower of Babel wrecks it. Just wrecks it. Now, instead of getting all those dragons to help, they all count as -2. Oh my God. Could you imagine somebody playing a help deck and they get 2 or 3 dragons into the battle, and then you drop Tower of Babel? Well, I just lost. Tower of Babel is amazing. It's a sideboard card against help decks, but it's just a great design. This card is, I don't think it's too powerful. It's potentially very powerful, though. Dwarven Legion, 3 gold for +2. That's horrible, right? That's no good. And the player that wins this battle, so you might not even win the battle. You got to win the battle. This is a risk. But you gain gold equal to the strength difference between the 2 sides at the end of the battle, and it's a Dwarven army. If you win by 10 points, that's rarely going to happen. What if you win by 5? Well, you only made 2 gold. So if you win by 4 or more, you made a little gold. But it's also a +2 strength modifier, which might win you the battle. If it just wins you the battle and you get back 1 gold, I'll do it. I'll play that. But boy, oh boy, the amount of gold you could win, especially if you can combine that with this card. And this card is in my Big Dragons deck, and I think this card is in my Big Dragons deck too. Look at the combination of this. For 2 gold, target dragon's base strength is doubled for the rest of this battle. No more than 1 Thor's hammer may be played in on each dragon. Thank God they had the foresight to realize, we can't be letting you take your 7 strength dragon, double it to 14, and then double it again to 28, or 6 to 12 to 24, or 5 to 10 to 20, or even a 4 strength dragon, 8, 16. No, 1 doubling per dragon. No more than 1 Thor's hammer may be played on each dragon. So in a help deck, oh my God, and then with Dwarven army, oh my God. And in last, if all fails, just go with Last Will and Testament. This is in my Big Dragons deck too. Maybe 2 copies. For 2 gold, if your dragon is killed in this battle, its owner, you will get gold equal to the dragon's base strength plus gold symbols. Well, that would get me 6 gold for red, 4 gold for most of those big dragons that are immune to Dragon Slayers. I'll take it. Pay 2, get 6. Pay 2, get 7. Pay 2, get 8. Hell, pay 2, get 4. I'll get 2. I'll make 2 gold out of the deal. That's not great, but so what? It's something. All right, Lucky Strike. Is this card any good? Battle action. Whoever is behind in this battle, when Lucky Strike is played, gain 1 gold piece from the gold mine. So you can only play this if you're behind. See, if you're ahead, you can't play this card. You have to be behind. You know why? Because you get 1 gold piece. What were they thinking when they designed this card? Why is there a restriction on a card that gives you a whopping 1 gold piece? Are you kidding me? This has to be 2 gold. It has to be. Why is it? I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. All right, let me look up this next card. What number is that? That is number 61. Let's go see what number 61 is. All right, so this is Sorcerer, and Sorcerer is one of the most valuable cards in the game right now because it is so hard to get. Luckily for me, I bought Chameleon cards right after the game died. I was able to get Chameleon box cheap, bought a couple of them, $30 back in the day. So I got lucky, you know. And I also got them when U.S. Games blew them out on eBay. For $150, you got like, I forget, 10 booster boxes and starter decks. It was crazy. But Sorcerer, in my opinion, is a great card. Some people think it's too expensive. I don't. I think it has to be 2 gold. You can't make this one. If this was 1, that would be absurd. So you're duplicating. Now, the only problem is, let's read this. The Sorcerer duplicates any action or reaction card just played by your opponent, period. Next sentence. The Sorcerer is also playable as a battle reaction to duplicate any battle action just played by your opponent. Maybe I'm wrong, but let me help you guys out. The Sorcerer duplicates any action, reaction, or battle action just played by your opponent, period. End of sentence. Or don't need to say any more. Am I wrong? Why did they feel they needed to separate that the way they did? So, this card effectively gives you 8, well, it gives you 8 answers to your opponent's magnetic field. Your magnetic field and Sorcerer. They get the same option as you. This is not overpowered. If your opponent plays Power Switch, you Power Switch it right back. If your opponent plays Medea Spell, you Medea Spell it right back. So now it's 0-0. Which either means you're tied and winning or it's tied and you're losing. If any modifier, you just duplicate the modifier. Oh, you're doubling your base strength. All right, I'll double mine. Maybe not. You know, there's the potential here is big. The fact that it can do any action, any reaction, any battle action, it can just duplicate it, just copies the spell. That is a great design. Excellent design. It is not as powerful as Magnetic Field because Magnetic Field counters any purple card, but it counters Magnetic Field, and just that alone. If there was a tournament today, I'm running at least 2. I have 2 in one deck, and I keep 4 on the side in case I want to put them in my deck. I have 6 copies. So I have 4 on the side that I keep in a little box with my extra magnetic fields, my extra gold digs, because I don't have enough for every one of my decks. So I'm glad I have these. I love this card. I think it's awesome. Field of Gold, 4 gold pieces. Dragon gets +1 strength. That isn't, that is not insignificant. Sometimes that +1 strength will help them significantly. But 4 gold is amazing. Great card. Help the game, in my opinion, immensely. Arctic Winds. So you get 2 gold. Dragon with Arctic Winds on it may not move during its owner's movement phase. That's not bad. That's not bad. Should they also get a -1 strength modifier, or is that too much? I don't think it's too much, but yeah, the most terrains just say -1 and you get 2 gold. So that would be better. They'd say, well, then we'd have to make it 1 gold. Okay, either way is fine with me. But I don't have a problem with Arctic Winds. Maybe it's a good sideboard card if your opponent is moving dragons around a lot and you're thinking, maybe that'll help. I don't know. I'm not sure, but I'm okay with it. It's not a bad card. Poison Forest. Love this card. Strength modifier -3. No gold. Just wreck your dragon. -3. And it's another forest, so you got forest and you got poison forest. I don't think there was a third forest. I can't remember if there was. Maybe there is a third forest and Teuton can get up to a 13. I don't remember. I'm trying to think if there's a third forest. Anybody? But here's the third swamp of Lernia. But anyway, this is a very good addition to the game. The game needed that terrain, in my opinion, let alone the fact that it's poison forest. I could see that kind of as being similar to quicksand, where you just keep poisoning it. It gets weaker and weaker, but no, still, -3 is good. Swamp of Lernia, you get 1 gold, and a dragon in the Swamp of Lernia may be killed by any Dragon Slayer, regardless of what the Dragon Slayer card says. Perfect for your Dragon Slayer deck. Hard to make work, because once you get the dragon to hit your terrain, then you've got to be able to slay it, but you can slay it with anything, so that's cool. You can slay it with St. George. Slay it with anything. Any Dragon Slayer. Rustum. Rustum will slay this dragon. It's like, yeah, Swamp of Lernia is cool. And then one of the best things they did was these dual terrains. Overgrown Monument. So now your runes and vines have 8 terrains. I forgot about this. I said only 4. Nope, there's 8. Draw a card from your treasure hoard. If Overgrown Monument applies to the dragon that discovers it, you get to draw a card. That's awesome. Counts as both runes and vines for native terrain dragon. Runes and vines, the perfect combination. It's a dual terrain. So you create a deck with runes, the runes and vines native terrain dragon. Okay, and then the vines counts as both, that's Stream and Mountain. So here's my Ruins and Vines deck. I have Megalith, and there's my Helix, and that's my deck. And so Overgrown Monument is in here, and there you go. Perfect. I love that. It's just great. Waterfall counts as both a stream and mountain for native terrain, and it's just a -1. So this is weak. This is weak, but it counts as a stream and mountain. You're going to play it. And yes, I have a native terrain deck that is the stream and the mountain as the native terrains. These are just saying, build this deck. And it makes a lot of sense. Waterfall, perfect. Oasis, desert and lake for your native terrain dragons. There you go. There's your other native terrain deck. And then you play Delta. Delta, notice that thing doesn't do anything. It just counts as a desert and a lake. Oh, that's right. So you have lake, frozen lake, and oasis. Oh my God. That's 12 times 2. Delta. If Delta applies to the dragon that discovers it, the dragon's owner must discard 1 card at random from their hand. That's great. River and ocean. So now your native terrain river and ocean dragons just got 4 more terrains in the discard pile. Potentially 4 more. Excellent card. Love it. This is not Runic Tablet. This should be Chaparral. Let me grab my Chaparral. I think I still have one. Well, apparently I don't have it anymore, so I know I traded and or sold 1 or 2 copies. Maybe I've just misplaced it. I'm not really sure. Love the way this dragon. Look at the way this native, this chameleon terrain looks. The chameleon terrain design was so good for this game. This really was the great answer for scouts. So you get a -1 strength modifier, but as a chameleon reaction, you can pay 3 gold pieces to change Chaparral to a strength 0 dragon for the rest of the game. While attacking, he has an assigned strength equal to the number of terrain cards in your discard pile. The problem is you've got to survive with a 0 strength dragon. So you need to have either Poison Chalice or Knight, some way, or, Golden Apple or Fountain of Youth, things like that. There are lots of ways. There are lots of ways to keep him alive. And then when you attack, he can be deadly. This guy's worth a lot of money, and that's probably, I may have sold or traded my last copy. I don't remember, but great card. It's only worth money because of its rarity, but it just happens to be a really good card too. And here's one that looks like Chaparral, but it's not. This is Bracken. So now you can pay 1 gold piece to change Bracken to a strength 0 subterranean scout. Not nearly as good as Chaparral, but you do get a scout, but you got to be able to keep him alive. You have to be able to keep him alive. So you only play this if you can, in like a survival deck. So now you've turned your terrain into a scout, And now you go after their terrains with that scout. If you can keep them alive, then it works. This is the big bad shoal. We got all our chameleon terrains. I like that they kept them all numbered wonderfully. So here's shoal and grotto. So they're just -1 strength modifiers. You don't get any gold with chameleon terrains. So that makes sense. So, but for 5 gold, you get a 4 strength sub. This also gives you more subterranean dragons, but they're on defense first. You can't attack with these things. I think maybe you should be able to just transform them and attack with them, but maybe that was too much. I mean, they must have play tested it. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure you can only do it when a card hits it. And you have to decide. Like if a scout hits it, you're going to do it because they're going to destroy the terrain. And this gets around the scout ability. So grotto, you can pay 3 to turn it in. No, you can pay 4 to turn it into a 3 sub. And then with crag, you can pay 3 to turn it into a 2 strength sub. So it's overcosted, but it has to be. You're turning a terrain into a dragon, a subterranean dragon, which is great. Excellent design. And then Nebula, because they decided, let's just do one that's not subterranean. This is another hard one to make work. So 2 gold, you get a 1 strength flying dragon, which means you either got to win the game or win the battle or survive. And then you've got a little 1 strength flying dragon, which is not really very good. Almost want to give him some kind of ability to make him really cool because he's such a great looking dragon. He should do something to make this guy really, really neat. You know, I don't know what, but boy, I want to do something with that card. Love this card. This card is one of the best designed cards in the game. So you've got this gold market, right? So you play the gold market. You got to take 2 gold of yours and put it in the gold market. You have to pay 2 gold, but it goes on the market. And in each of your draw phases, you place 1 gold piece from the gold mine onto it. Action, discard gold market and put all the gold on it from your gold pile. So you could play this card. And then in your next draw phase, you get a gold. You could turn it in, just got that 1 gold. You get 9, needed 1 extra gold. You could do it that fast, but every turn you leave it, you're going to get another gold, but as an action, you discard and then you get the gold. But if your opponent gets rid of this card, you're going to lose all that gold. You're going to lose the 2 gold that you invested. It's a gold market. Perfect design. This, on the other hand, I think is a really bad design. You tell me. Action, gold vault, action, transfer any number of gold pieces between your gold pile and the gold vault. Because, you know, you're going to protect your gold so your opponent can't steal your gold, right? So you put it in the gold vault. Gold in the vault may not be spent for any reason and may not be lost or stolen. If the vault changes owners or leaves play, all the gold in the vault goes with it. So they can destroy this treasure and I lose the gold, and while the gold is in there, I can't use it? What? Why would you play this card? I think this card is terrible. I don't get it. This card is amazing. Because of this card, I have this deck called a treasure deck, and I've played it on my channel, and I did a deck tech of my treasure deck. I love this deck. Now, I revised this deck. I think I made a second deck tech video because of that. I don't remember. So for 1 gold, if the Master Ring is in the same row with a Dwarven Gold Mine, this is hard, the Dwarven Gold Mine now provides unlimited treasure positions in its row. If Master Ring is removed or stolen, all the treasures are discarded. Risky card, but it gives you unlimited treasure positions. I have like 30 treasures in my treasure deck, and it's so much fun to play. All right, number 79. Let's look up what 79 is. Oh my God, I love this card so much. It is in my favorite deck where I play the big red dragon with like 14 dwarven armies. For 2 gold, all your dwarven army battle actions gain +1 strength and can't be canceled or countered. Expensive treasure, totally worth the cost, but you have to be careful. It's a lot of gold. But now your dwarven armies get +1 and they can't be canceled or countered. Canceled. Not sure if there's a card that cancels strength modifiers, but maybe there's something that cancels a battle action. I don't really know. Love it. Love that card. It makes dwarven armies so much fun to play. Ring of Destiny. This card looks so cool. 2 gold. Action. In opponent's first action phase, you decide which opposing face-up dragon attacks and which of your cards will be attacked. Opponent then places Ring of Destiny in one of their treasure positions, and you discard it after the second use. So you get one shot at it, and then they get one shot at it. I don't know if that's worth 2 gold. I mean, yeah, it can be kind of deadly. I think it should just be 1 gold, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that should be 2. Love the idea, though. All right, Heavyweight Alliance. The Big Dragons deck rejoices. Now all of your dragons of 4 or more base strength may help each other. Cost you 2 gold. And if you're playing Big Dragons, yeah, you got to be so careful when you play a Big Dragons deck not to run out of gold. You need those gold digs. You need that Last Will and Testament. You need another card that's coming up that will help you with the Big Dragons deck. But this is great. Great design. Rebate. This is a really cool design, but I've never put it in a deck where I've been able to use it. For 1 gold, whenever any card played is countered, the gold paid to play it is refunded. I mean, you're going to have to play this in a well, you don't have to play it in a constructed deck, but, you know, they're playing magnetic fields. And this means you won't lose the gold when they counter it, but you got to pay 1 gold, but that's okay. I think that's about right. So Rebate, cool card. Just not sure what kind of deck to put it in. Any ideas there, folks? Precious Gems. How did they not make this in the beginning? They had Golden Fleece for your +2 when attacking. Why didn't they have Precious Gems +2 when defending? And I like that they added, including against Dragon Slayers. I assume that's also true with Jewels then, because Jewels is +1 when defending. My problem with Jewels and Sword is it should only cost 1 gold, in my opinion. I don't mind 3 gold for +2. I do mind 2 gold for +1. That's too much. 3 gold for +2 is not as bad, because +2 is significant. It's twice as good. So I like it. And I'm glad they added this card in. This, at first, I wasn't sure if this was any good, but yes, it is good. I have this goes in my deck where I'm constantly wanting my dragons to be face up. I want to turn them up without having to attack. Cracked Cauldron solves the problem. Turn 1 dragon in this row face up, paying for it if required. This action may be used once on each of your turns. And you turn them back down, and then once a turn, you can just turn them back up, and they have face-up abilities. All my dragons in my face-up deck do something when they're face-up. So 1 gold, that's fine. Yeah, I think you got to pay 1 gold for it. I think that's okay. Enchanted Mirror seems like a good card, but I've never used it. 1 gold, so fine. If your opponent plays a card that allows them to get a card back from a discard pile or allows them to draw additional cards from their treasure hoard, you may perform the same action for free. This does not include cards that affect all players, like Meteor Shower. That's a really cool card. Oh, you're going to play Whirlpool? Okay, I'll draw 2 as well. Really cool card. I think it's a sideboard card. Pretty sure that's a sideboard card. Great idea, Enchanted Mirror. Here's an amazing card. Spoils of War. 1 gold. Each time an opponent loses a battle position. Oh, yeah, no, this is a good card. Spoils of War. I thought this was a bad card. I'm confusing it with something else. Each time an opponent loses a battle position, draw 1 card from your treasure hoard draw pile. Yes. You beat them, you get a card. Great card. Love it. I should put that in a deck. I don't even know if I've got that in any of my decks. I don't know why. Serpent Lance, 2 gold. Eek. That's expensive. This better be good for 2 gold because, you know, Magic Potion costs 2 gold, and that gives you help. Action. Place a minus... No. Hold on a second. Boy, that's hard for me to see, but yeah, it does say -1. Okay, now I see it just fine. I couldn't see it under the light. -1 strength counter on, as I move the whiskers, on any face-up dragon. What the heck? Is that inside? Maybe it's inside. All right, got rid of it. Place a -1 strength counter on any face-up dragon, then flip a Wyvern gold coin. Oh, you have to have a Wyvern gold coin or you can't play this. Heads, place another... Funny that they said you have to flip a Wyvern gold coin. Just flip a coin. Heads, place another -1 counter on the target dragon. Tails, discard Serpent Lance. You may continue flipping both tails result. You may continue flipping until tails results. Sorry, I misread that. May be used once on each of your turns. That 2 gold is just, I think, I'm going 1. I think I'm going 1 gold for this card. Really like the card, though. What do you guys think? Should it be 2? I think it should be 1. Here's another one of my favorite cards. I love this card. This is in my deck with red, Dragon Red. And I think this is in my Big Dragon deck. Anything where you are playing big, expensive cards, play Runic Tablet. 2 gold. Ouch. Action. The next game activity you perform that requires payment is free. Runic Tablet is then given to your opponent, and they get a shot at it, and then it's discarded. So, okay, that's fine. I don't mind that they get a little something out of it too. But there is one problem. Action. The next game activity you perform that requires payment is free. So you say action. Now you're in the action phase. What if your opponent plays something and now you want to counter it? If you do, and you're going to play Magnetic Field, well, there's your 2 gold for free. You can't do the thing you're going to do. You have to set this up as an action, and then you have to hope that your opponent doesn't do anything because it passes to them in the action phase. Then it comes back to you. Now you attack with your big dragon. Or maybe you're going to play an expensive card in your hand. Maybe, but you're really going to pay 2 gold so that you can play Golem for free? I don't see the point. I'm playing this so that in the battle phase, I am flipping over blue or red or any expensive dragon for free. Great card. This card I do not understand. I guess if you got no gold, 1 is better than none. On each of your draw phases that you begin with no gold in your gold pile, gain 1 gold piece from the gold mine. Shouldn't that be 2? Would 2 gold make this too powerful? Seriously? If this is 2 gold, I might play it. Because 2 gold is way better than 1. I've never played this card. I don't want to. Flying Boulder's fun. Flying Boulder. Just crush the dragon. 2 gold. It's expensive. I don't know if I'd make it 1 gold. Maybe 2. Discard Flying Boulder and place 3 -1 strength counters on any 1 face-up dragon. Okay, so for 2 gold, you get 3 -1 strength counters, as opposed to, you know where I'm going, right? You know where I'm going. The 3 gold, you get a 1 strength counter. You get 1 -1 strength counter for 3 gold. Or you can play Flying Boulder for 2 and give it 3 -1. There you go. That's better. If it was 1 gold, yes, maybe that's too much. That's, 3. And then you play this with the dragon, Fusang. You play this with Argonauts. This is how you do it. But 2 gold, man, and Fusang is 6 and Argonauts is 4. You're going to run out of gold so fast? That's the problem. So that's all of Chameleon. What do you think? I think Chameleon is an excellent set with maybe like 10 cards that need to be redesigned. I'm just guessing about 10 of them. Other than that, I love this set. I love the art. I don't like that they got rid of all caps. They should have stuck with all caps. But I hope you enjoyed my review of Chameleon, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye.